Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon.
All right, today we're going to be working on direct and indirect characterization. I'm Mr. West, and
I'm Ms. Miller.
of course this is Paul D. West Middle School, and this is our 6th grade reading class.
The learning target for today. So the learning target is you can be able to define characterization and analyze characters. Also, you would be able to create words using the suffixes IZE and ADE.
Our essential question for today is, what is characterization, and how can I use it to analyze characters? And what are the words that we can create using the suffixes ADE and IZE? So basically, at the end of this class, those are two of the questions that you're going to be able to answer. You're going to know what characterization is for both direct and indirect, and you're going to be able to use the suffixes IZE and ADE.
Okay, so our strategy today, again, is characterization. You're going to learn about indirect and direct through a PowerPoint today. So let's take notes on our Cornell note paper. I need you to take notes as we go through it. We'll let you know what you need to take your notes on.
All right, and after we finish our opening strategy, like Ms. Miller just said, which is going to be our characterization PowerPoint, our teaching strategy for today is, so for our direct instruction that we're doing right now, we're going to be working on reviewing characterization. For our guided practice, what we're going to work together, we're going to have a discussion about characterization, and we're going to have our group rotations like we normally do every day. Our first group is going to work on characterization vocabulary. Group number 2 is going to work on suffix practice. You're going to be working with IZE and ADE, and you're going to have a worksheet as well as the iPads for your technology usage. And group number 3 is going to be working on character analysis with myself.
Great. Okay, and as a reflection, at the end of the period, we will fill in this blank space here. Today in my favorite group,
Today my favorite group activity was
blank, because I learned that blank. All of you will have different things that you learn because we're working in different rotational groups, okay? So you may tell about what you learned in your group today, as well as they may tell about the new words they learned in their vocabulary, the word study group, okay? So that's what we'll be doing at the end of class. Also, add anything to it from the PowerPoint if you like.
All right, here we are. Now we're at our point where we're working on our direct instruction. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to define a character, because there's no way to know what characterization means if you do not know what a character is. So on our Cornell notes, on your left-hand side, I need for you to write, what is a character?
On your left-hand side, write,
what is a character?
What is a character? That's your question, goes on the left-hand side.
Right.
What is a character?
Very good. And on the right-hand side, you're going to answer it. A character is a person or animal in a what?
Story.
In a story. Very good.
Good job, good job.
While we're working on our notes, because characters can be animals or persons in the story, who can tell me the name of an animal that's a character in the story?
Lion.
And what story would it be? Or it can be movies also.
Lion.
Very good. Give me one. The Cat in the Hat. Give me one. The Lion in Madagascar. The Pigs and Three Little Pigs. Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
Dog with the blog and dog name is Stan.
Okay, all right, so a dog was a character. And last one, Emily. Garfield, and Garfield is what? Cat. Okay. Yeah, different looking cat, but it's a cat. All right, let's go to our next slide. And I can tell that everybody's done because I see that the pencils are down. Very good.
Okay, characterization. The methods used by the author to create or reveal the characters in the story. It can be indirect or direct. Again, these are the methods used by the author to create or reveal the characters in a story. And there's two types, indirect and direct. So today, you're going to find out about the difference between indirect and direct characterization.
So real quick, on your left-hand side of your paper, where the question goes, write what is characterization. And to the right, you want to write that information.
And basically, all you need to do is write the methods used by the author to create or reveal the characters in the story. Just below, we're going to go into that next, so you don't have to write that yet. But do write this first block right here. The methods used by the author to create or reveal the characters in the story.
On this side, you write just that first box. We don't write the second box, like Ms. Miller said, because we're getting into that in-depth on our next slides.
Just write the first block. The methods used by the author to create or reveal the characters in the story. Who's still writing? Raise your hand. Okay, continue writing. Only write this first set right here. The methods used by the author to create or reveal the characters in the story. Good job, good job. Who else is still writing?
About 15 more seconds and then we're going to have to move.
Okay. Well, most of you all have finished writing. What do you think an author used to, bless you. What type of method do you think an author used to create or reveal characters in a story? If I wanted to introduce you to a character in a story, what method would I use? What would I do? And as an author, what would I do with my writing? So that's what you're getting ready to find out.
Right.
And it's things that you probably always noticed, but you didn't have a name for it. So this is the process by which the writer reveals the personality of a character.
Right, and I'm going to just summarize this for you easily without you copying all this. If I can have your attention, there's a big difference between direct and indirect. We can even speak indirectly and sometimes directly. I want to give you an example. If I came in and I said, you know what, people get on my nerves. People just getting on my nerves. Have I said anything about anybody that's direct? No, I have not, because I'm talking about someone, but you can't tell it. I have to really say a lot for you to be able to tell, you know what, he's talking about Ms. Miller. But if I came in and I looked at somebody and I said, you know what, Emily, I'm just tired of you. If I said that, now is that direct or indirect? If I said her name and looked at her, that's direct. So the difference basically between indirect and direct is when we're talking about direct, I describe the character and tell you all about them. When it's indirect, I describe the attributes of the character in the story, and you have to figure out and assume, you know, what we're talking about the character. So you'll get an even more clear definition, but I didn't want to take you through all of this because our time is limited.
So this is direct characterization. The method of character development in which the author simply tells you what the character is like. For example, Miss Alice was the nicest person you would ever want to meet. That's called direct, because I talked about I talked about her, right? And I told you she was the nicest person you ever want to meet. So that's direct because you know exactly what character I'm talking about.
All right, so go ahead and write down direct characterization to the left, and then the information over to the right.
And all you need to do is write the method of character development in which the author simply tells you what the character is like, okay? You can also put this in your own own words. You don't always have to write everything that you see on the board. You can say something like, you can start here, where the author simply tells you what the characters are. You don't have to write all of
That's
that.
true. You can just write direct characterization. The author simply tells you what the character is like.
Yes.
Because you don't have to assume, you don't have to infer. They told you.
They simply tells you that. Janaya, I would like you to sit up.
Basically, you will start right here with the author simply tells you what the character is like. Start with the word though, and end with the word like.
The author simply tells you what the character is like. Good job, good job.
Excellent.
Excellent, you were there. Good job. Lauren.
All right?
Okay.
And I see that the majority of you have it. You can remember, you can always get it from your neighbor. Our next one tells us what indirect characterization is. It is the method of characterization that is the most similar to the way we learn about people in real life. Using indirect characterization, the author presents the character's personality through what the character says and the character's actions. So basically, here's what you need to write. Over to the left, you write indirect characterization, and over to your right, so to the left, excuse me, I hope I said that right. To the left, you write indirect characterization. To the right, you're going to write the character, the author presents the character's personality through what the character says and the character's actions. So you can say, the author introduces the character through what the character says and does.
Okay. Also, by doing that, you must then draw your own conclusion about the character. You draw your own conclusion, and we're going to talk a little bit more about background knowledge, about things you already know that allows you to be able to draw your own conclusion.
Very good. Everybody make
So
sure
you would only be writing down a portion of that. Please don't write word for word. This is just